Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Sebron Worthy,
Yo, what up, though? It's your boy E-Dub.
and this is FirmFatherhood.
Sir, yes, sir. Coming to you with our new digs. You loving it? You liking it?
Yeah.
Hit us in the comments. This is our second episode, so tell us what you think about it.
Starting to get used to it, man. We want to spend a special shout out to Storms Communications in connection with Soul His Communications. We appreciate the help. We appreciate the digs on and bigger and better things, man. We're looking forward to all things together, man. We're going to make some things pop.
Absolutely. Don't forget to hit us up. You can check out our merch. We press all kind of custom-made shirts, not just Firm Fatherhood, but anything you need for your family reunions, church outings, corporate events. Hit us up. Support our podcast. Buy our merch.
Yeah, check us out, man. We got all kind of stuff going on. We got all kind of different appearances. In order to be locked into everything that we got going on, make sure you follow us on all platforms, and you'll know exactly what's going on and what our next move is at all times.
So what we got going on? We got the Indie June team coming up this month.
We got Indie June team coming up this month. Next month we got
Black
Expo. You know, we got a lot of things going on, and whatever else may pop up in the meantime. So stay tuned, stay locked in to all our platforms, and you know exactly what's going on and where we're going.
Yes, and if you've been rocking with us, now would be a great time to go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all our platforms. Wherever you are currently watching us, please go ahead and share that video.
And if you believe in our movement and what we're doing, we also got Cash App, we got Zelle. Man, please support what we're doing. We're out here trying to help a father, one father at a time. We would appreciate any help.
So, tell us, what are we talking about today?
Man, we're moving right on into part 2 of Acknowledgement and Nourishment, kind of talking about a little connection of what a fatherhood should look like when we got young adults in the home or outside of the home, dealing with that transition from high school to the adult world. We talked about that last time in part 1. So in part 2, we're going to go a little bit deeper into what that looks like, kind of protect the kids from themselves in a lot of different ways. We're going to get the communication on lock. We're just going to talk about a little bit more of what that looks like and what it should look like in a healthy sense of the matter.
So responsibilities, making mistakes, financial things,
Mm-hmm.
relationships, how to be independent, things like that.
Absolutely.
Sounds good. Let's get it. Let's get
to it, man.
I mean, I love the topic, the first segment, stop saving them.
Don't save them.
You already know. That's why I rock with you. You already know where we was going with that.
Man, look, so the first question I got for you, Earl, is what does it look like to enable your child, your young adult, or to actually be protecting them? What's the difference between the two?
First off, I think you have to loosen those reins.
Mm-hmm.
You got to loosen the leash a little bit, let them get out there and test the waters.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about in the first episode, life is going to teach them things that you can't. Don't rob them of that experience, because you can harp and you can nag and hover above them and tell them don't do this and don't do that. But when they step out in the real world and you're not there and life teaches them, it hits different.
It does.
And they will learn those lessons a whole lot quicker.
It does. It's hard sometimes, man. You're trying to figure out exactly what to do. Are you being hard on them? Is it too much at one time? I mean, you're just really trying to take one day at a time, one step at a time. But have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you were saving them from yourselves and you shouldn't have been?
Yeah. Even in high school, we would do things and go up there and talk to teachers and things like that. Try to save them or explain. Anytime that you're overly explaining situations and behavior that your kids are doing, it is not a good look.
No.
Kids will get into adult worlds and don't know how to have adult conversations. You have to allow them to advocate for themselves, do things for themselves. That way, when we're no longer here, they can continue that. Landlord messed them over. Paycheck wasn't right. I'm not going to go up there, hey, you didn't pay my daughter, my son.
Man.
Stop
I myself from doing that
Stop
couple times. Yeah. I think sometimes that struggle shows or it brings maturity at a certain point.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. You
Absolutely.
can start having conversation with them like, Dad, I'm dealing with this. And, oh, yeah, I dealt with that before. Let me show you how I dealt with it or how I navigated it. Oh, okay, you dealt with this before? It feels really good to let you know that you're not alone in this. And then, now you're not the only one that have to have dealt with this. I've dealt with this as well. And
Relatability.
let's talk about what that looks like and how to kind of best attack it.
Yeah, you have to let your young adults. You got to give them the space to make those safe consequences. You don't want them to do something, reckless, whether, drinking
Hmm.
and driving and things like that, but you got to give them a little bit of a leash to allow them to make those mistakes.
Man, you can love your kids to death, but allow them to feel the weight of some of their choices. Because if not, they'll never learn. How
Yeah,
else would they learn? You know,
absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
know.
I
So
stopped dating a young lady because of those things. She just couldn't get it through her head. Her parents had poured so much into her that she couldn't function alone.
by herself,
I'm like,
yeah.
stop accepting handouts from your dad.
Right, right.
Let's do this together.
Hmm.
My daddy got me. Okay, well, there's not a whole lot that
Yeah,
I can do about that.
yeah. I
So,
don't want your daddy to have me. I want to be able
right,
to do this on my own.
let us build this together.
Right,
So,
right,
go ahead,
right.
enjoy.
Exactly, exactly. So, when kids are going out into this world, man, all right, do you take more of an approach of I'm gonna let you go and do you, and then if that doesn't work out, we can come back and we can have a conversation about it.
Absolutely, but you got to have the conversation up front and on the back end. Say, hey, this is what I would do. This is how I'll navigate, and then let them apply.
Yes, yes.
Once they apply it, if it doesn't work, hey, all right, let's scratch this out. Let's
Right,
rewrite it.
right.
That play didn't work. All right, 2nd and 10. What we gonna do?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, 3rd and 15. Oh, we in trouble now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but you got to allow them the space to create their own destiny.
Right, right. That makes sense. It changes the landscape of things when you can sit down with your child and help them plan out their future, and you're just as enthusiastic about that as they are. It kind of lets them see, hey, we're in this together. I want you to succeed. I'm your biggest fan.
Hmm.
And when you're able to do that, I think it gets them to what they're trying to get to. It gets them to the destination that much more quicker and a lot more confident as well.
That's what I was gonna say. It builds
Yeah,
confidence in
yeah,
them, and it allows them to make those decisions. That's a big part about being an adult. You have to make the decision, especially in the workforce.
hmm,
Don't be afraid to make the decision. But when
hmm.
you make the decision, think twice, make the decision, and go with it. If it
Absolutely.
doesn't work, we can readjust.
Right.
We can learn from those lessons. But you have to not be afraid to make the decision.
I think that's very true. Very true. So when you're talking about these decisions and different things that they're trying to do, let's kind of leap into the financial aspect of things. We touched on this briefly here in series one, but now that we're talking about this specifically, man, I listened to you some years back when you were telling me some of the things that you did to help start guide your children to be financially free and mature. What are some of the things or some of the tools that you utilize to kind of help your kids understand what it is to be financially free and to understand exactly what that landscape looks like.
One of the biggest things I did was adding my children to a credit card that I
Right.
had.
Okay.
What that did was it established their credit. A lot of them had better credit than I did.
Hmm.
At
Hmm.
the time that we were at the bank,
Yeah.
my son's credit score was higher than mine.
Yeah.
Um, but just allowing them, you don't want to create a position where they're already in debt. I
Yes.
know our generation, your mama might have put the cable bill in your name and
Yeah.
didn't pay it, things like that.
Yeah.
Diminished
Yeah.
your credit, made it hard for us to get cars and
Yeah. Yeah.
apartments and things like that. I wanted to make sure that we adjusted that, and I added them to the credit card.
Hmm.
That shows that they had credit history for like, my youngest daughter longer than she was born.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
the banker shook my hand, was like, "You're doing a great job with these kids."
Yeah.
I brought them in one by one, set them up accounts, and showed them this is what you do. And it doesn't start at after high school.
Oh
They
yeah.
all
It
had
starts in
high
high school.
school
Right.
accounts, whether they had a job or not. Any kind of money that they had, I was able to track and say, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you spending this
Hmm.
money on this,
Hmm.
that, and the third?"
Yeah.
I'm not here to judge you, but
Hmm.
I need to know, and I need to be able to guide you and say, "Hey, let's not do this."
Yes. Yes.
Especially when buying cars and stuff. My son, when he bought his car, he was thinking, "Oh, it's only $300 a month." No, look at the totality of that. How much
Yes.
is that
Yes.
entire car?
How much is your insurance?
Yes,
How much is gas? How
gas,
much is maintenance?
tires, things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
You just can't look. Oh, my car knows 300 a month. No, no, no.
Yes. Right.
There's some other things.
Those
So
some
just
other things.
showing them, the way that
Mhm.
we make financial decisions. Just because you can doesn't mean that you should spend $300 a month on your car.
Now I understand it's right thing to do to kind of let your kids do what they do and maybe bump their heads some. But when you got them that credit card, did you kind of let them free, let them go, or were there rules and parameters on along the way as well?
Absolutely not. They didn't even have the credit card. They didn't even know they were on the credit cards
Okay.
until they got into college. And then I was like, okay, here is the credit card that I put you as an authorized user on.
Mm-hmm.
This is for emergency purposes. And what I constitute as an emergency is not what you
It's not your
constituted. Because you
yeah.
ain't go kick it. No, absolutely not. I need books. I need things like that. So that's when we have those conversations.
Right.
Oddly enough, they never used the credit card.
Mm.
None of them have ever charged anything. And I've even told like my daughter, go ahead and
Use
swipe it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
God bless.
Okay.
God
All
bless
right.
them all. God
All
bless them all. Because
Got 'em
had
on the
that
right
been me,
path. Yeah.
yeah, I'd have been swipe,
That bad boy
swiping.
would have been on fire.
Swiper, no
Yep.
swiper.
Oh yeah, I've been there, done that, man. You ever gone when my freshman year in college, and they had little stands everywhere getting free credit cards? Like, hey, just sign up here. You get a credit card. I don't have a
You
job
get
the
a
first.
T-shirt. Yeah,
Yeah, you get
a
a
T-shirt and a
T-shirt,
credit
a
card.
little bag, and you get the credit card 10 days later. Like, oh, look what I got. And I burnt that bad boy up before freshman year was even over, man.
Before the month was over.
Yeah, we're really in a better place now here in 2026. Again, we have more financial education, so we know what's going on. We know what's happening. Kids know what's going on and what's happening. We don't have to kind of put ourselves in a position where we are in debt at 20 years old, and we'd have done all these things that I, of course, what my parents taught me? They taught me to save, but they never taught me the actual, hey, when you do this, this is what happens, cause and effect. I just kind
Mhm.
of figured that out on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We
Yeah.
have been there. Let's talk about teaching kids delayed gratification.
Mm.
Because like you said, I mean, we live in a now society.
Yes.
Everything
Yes.
is
Hurry up.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Man, I kind of let them know that it's going to unfold at some point, and I keep coming back to whatever that situation may be. Hey, man, save your money so later on you can figure out what's going on. Uh, Great example. My son got his first car, got in an accident in the first week. He tore that thing up, totaled it. He was distraught. He was so upset. He didn't know what to do with himself. But I had taught him before, hey, make sure you pay your insurance. Hey, make sure that you get everything legal and above board. Don't be down here trying to shortcut things. Do what it is that you need to do to make sure that everything is right. I don't think he went 24 hours without a car. He had a rental the very first day. He got back into the car, and I thought it was important that after he got in the accident, to get right back on the horse and go back at it so you don't
Absolutely.
create any kind of fears going forward. So he did that. So I'm like, you see what happens? You thought she was gonna be without a car. He got a car. He had to rental for a few weeks. Right after he got to put the rental back, we got to pick up a new car. So I'm like, that is what happens when you take care of your business, when you pay your bills on time, and everything is. All I do is call the insurance company. So I showed him step by step what I was doing,
You walk him
so
through the
he
process.
understood. Like, dang, I may not want to pay that insurance premium every month, but looks what happened when I do. And he has a perfect example of that in front of him. Man, certain things like that I struggled with as a young man. Like, I'm not paying what insurance for what? I thought it was a scam. Like, what is this? Why do I have to pay insurance? All kind of different fees and tickets. Later, I kind of like finally got the message. Like, okay, so hopefully, my son has a little bit of a head start with that type of stuff, and he doesn't have to go the bad route in order to find out what good it is to make sure to pay your things on time.
Yeah, I had a college roommate that gave me a bunch of bad advice. And I did the same thing. I'm not paying insurance.
Hey,
I went a year without insurance, and the insurance lady was like, you're going to pay. Either way it goes, you're going to pay more now
Yes.
for the year that you didn't pay. And I was like, okay, I'll never do that again.
Hey,
so,
man, I still stand on that advice.
yes.
You just took it wrong. That's all it was. That wasn't my fault.
Whatever.
That wasn't my fault. Let's talk about budgeting, man. What does that look like? I remember taking my son to the bank when he was old enough to get his own checking and savings account. The one he had prior was a high school teenage account.
Mhm.
So you got a little bit more freedoms as far as 18-year-old checking account, savings account. Did you teach your son or daughter how to budget and what that would look like as far as maybe their bills or just saving their money?
Yeah, I would question because, like you said, I had that high school account and I had visibility to what they were doing. I'm like, what is this transaction? Why are you doing this?
Right,
And
right.
so we would just have conversation. It was never a don't do this, don't do that, or you should do this.
Mm-hmm.
I let them figure that out on their own.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially if I felt like teaching. Oh, we're going to Kings Island and Can I have $40? Oh
Yeah.
no,
No.
absolutely
No,
not.
you got money in your account.
You want that MacBook?
Yeah.
I'm looking at your account. Like, you don't need my money.
Nah, nah,
So,
you don't need me at
you
all.
know, sometimes it fell on deaf ears. Sometimes it hit home. But you have
Mhm.
to find a way to teach your kids financial responsibility
Yes.
because they so quick to get it and give it away. Get it
Yes.
and give it away.
Yes.
Sometimes, are you gonna go hungry? Or you're not gonna go on that trip because I got the money, but
Yes.
you don't want to spend your money. So why should I spend mine?
No,
That's
no.
one of those life lessons that I feel like
It sure
they're gonna
is.
pick up on.
It sure is. That's why it's so important that we model that same behavior because they're watching all the time. So certain things that you do or bad habits that you have held on to for years, kind of pay attention to yourself and be accountable for whatever it is that you got going on. I'm not saying everybody has to be perfect financially, but be aware of what it is that you're showing your children because they're going to mirror the exact same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you bad with money, 9 times out of 10,
They
they
gonna
gonna
be
be
bad
bad
with
with
money.
money.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the adverse side of that is if you're tight with your money, they may just start blowing money
Yeah.
because we can't do this, we can't do that.
Yeah.
But there's always a way to find that happy medium. We
It
can
is.
go on expensive vacations, but hey, we're not gonna eat out every night.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna pack some sandwiches for that road trip, and we're
Right.
gonna figure these things out.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's a happy median, I believe,
I
to be
think so.
found. Yeah.
I think it's important. I think it's important. Um, and we sit here, we're talking about a lot of things that is important for children to know. I think it's also just as important going into the next segment, talk about communication, talking about environment, we talking about friendships and relationships. All those things are important, man, because we just said in the first episode that if you show me your 5 friends, I'll show you your future. So what are some of the things that you impart upon your children going to a situation where they're becoming young adults or they are young adults? And what does a healthy relationship look like, whether that be romantic, family, friend? What does a healthy relationship look like?
I think that it's best to hold ourselves accountable. You can't say that, I treat or you should do these things and you're not doing them yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to model that behavior with my wife, with my friends,
Right.
with family members, even family members that I don't necessarily see eye to eye with. There's a certain level of respect that you need to have just for human beings in general.
It is.
And if they're not meeting your standards, then you need to let them go.
Yes.
I'm big on red flags. Do not ignore the red flags. We
Mm.
cannot, especially at a young age, because it's only going to intensify.
Yeah.
So recognize what it is and let's move on.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
For those that are in healthy relationships, I need to be a part of this.
Yes.
Let's have these conversations. Introduce me to this young man, this young woman, this friend of yours.
Yeah.
We need to have these conversations so that it's not that I need to have my stamp of approval, but I just need to know who's around.
Because if it's a healthy relationship, you shouldn't be hiding it from me. It should be something that we all are a part of.
Mhm.
And again, um, we don't think that there are people out there that are users or manipulators or anything of that nature. But when you introduce certain people to your parents, to your father, to your brother, it holds them accountable for how they treat you and what's going on and what you're doing. Of course, you're the main valve in that relationship of what's going on. But again, when the people see you got an army behind you, a little bit less to try you.
Yeah.
It's good to know like I got back. I got my dad, I got my mom, I got my family. They don't play about me. So
Mhm.
it's good to show your friends, relationships that's who you got in your corner.
It's funny. My daughter said that one time, and it just tickled me to
Mm-hmm.
death because I was like, I don't play about you, and I'm glad that you know that I don't play about you.
Yes.
Yes. So yes, having that family or that backing behind you is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime that anybody asks you to, and we taught them this at a young age, if anybody tells you not to tell me,
Yeah.
I need to know.
You need to know.
I need to
That's the
know
first thing you tell.
right away.
That's
Yes.
the first thing you tell.
Absolutely.
Something else also, man, we're talking about with the segment, environment. And when I looked at that and when I was writing that, but I kind of laughed at myself because I thought about all the different times us being born and raised in Gary, Indiana, how often we will go to parties or get-togethers or whatever what was going on, and we knew immediately when it was time to go.
All right.
Now, gunshots sometimes made sure we knew it was time to go, but sometimes we got to a point before all that would even happen. Hey, man, something's going on. Let's go.
Spidey senses
Yeah,
start
let's
tingling.
get up out of here.
Yeah.
That's something because of being raised in Gary, Indiana. I think we kind of take for granted that our kids may not have. They may not have that same spidey sense that we had. Hey, man, it's time to go. Or waiting to the party ends to leave the party or waiting till the club ends. So, hey man, let's go now.
Get
Let's
up out of
leave
that thing.
now.
Yeah.
Let's get up out of here. I don't
Something
know
ain't
what
right.
such and such has gotten into a fight. You hope that your kids aren't in hostile, dangerous environments, but anything can happen anywhere. And it's important that you teach them, hey, be aware of your surroundings and what's going on with you at all times. So when it's time to go, it's time
It's
to
time
go.
to go. You'd be shocked how much your kids know or can feel. My daughter, who is not privy to any of that type of lifestyle,
Yeah, yeah.
she was down at Little Five for the incident that happened,
Right, right. I
and
remember that. I
yeah,
remember that.
she ran off so far and so fast that she lost her friends.
Mm, mm.
She was terrified even more
Yeah.
then. She found another group of friends. They helped them get back connected, but
Yeah.
you'd be surprised. And she was like, it was so mean. It was so much going on. There was a lot of kids that were running towards the fight with their phones.
Right, right, right. Oh my
Don't do
goodness.
that.
Oh my
You
goodness.
can easily become a casualty. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's just those little things like that.
yeah.
That like we have those conversations, but you don't really know until she's in the midst of it.
Mm-hmm.
Praise God that she was covered in the blood,
Yes.
that she made it out of there unharmed, and her
Yes.
entire friend group was unharmed. But
Yes.
yeah, I
Praise
mean, it's just
God.
those little things that they're covered.
Are there certain things that you tell them to be aware of when it's time to go? Because I always tell my kids all the time, like somebody's arguing with somebody, a fight that somebody else may not have seen that happened in the back or happened around. Like I'm aware enough to know that you're gonna go to parties, you're gonna go to different situations that it may not be suitable for you, but you're gonna be there. If you're gonna be there, I want to let you know or teach you when it's time to go home.
Pay
Like, let's get
attention.
up out of
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Read the room at all. And
Right.
always,
Right.
never
Right.
be so comfortable. And this is even as an adult. Like when I go on vacation, I'm still on my P's and Q's.
All the time. All the
Don't matter
time.
where I'm at, I'm watching to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Be aware of your surroundings. That's
Mm-hmm.
why we tell them not to walk around with the headphones blasting.
Right.
Watch and observe
Yeah.
people's behavior. If you see somebody in the club that's just mean mugging everybody,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
stay away from him and
Yeah.
keep an eye on him
Yep.
because you don't know what's going on.
Keep your drink with you at all times. If you happen to have to walk away from your drink, throw it away, get
It's
another
done.
drink.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. All this stuff is real. It's real life. And when you get out there, when you talk to your kids, sometimes they feel like nothing bad is ever going to happen to them because they just haven't had those experiences yet. So it's up to us to kind of teach them what's going on and the things that you've been through so they know, hey, they could happen. So this is the things that I need to do for you to do so that you can stay safe.
And it's a little different now. We may not have known everybody who was beefing back then, but these kids know because they on Twitter talking back and forth. Oh yeah, I'm gonna see you at this spot. It's on. Don't go. Don't even show up. Why would you want to even be a part of that?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Um, Question for you. How do you handle seeing your child in an unhealthy relationship or an unhealthy situation?
you have to have those conversations, those difficult, tough conversations. You need to
Mm,
talk to them, know what's going on, who they're around, um, and have conversations with the people that they're around as well.
yeah. Yeah. I think that's important. I think it's important to know their friends, be around their friends, be able to talk to both of them in a way where, like, hey, look, I love you all. I just want the best for you. I want to make sure that you're safe.
Set
So,
their expectation early.
mm-hmm,
The young lady that came and picked up my daughter when they went to Bloomington,
mm-hmm.
she came right in my house.
Yeah.
She didn't knock or nothing, just
Yeah.
came right in. I said,
Yeah.
"Hey, young
Hey,
lady,
hey,
that's not a way to
excuse
carry
me.
yourself." Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
hold guns in this house. And had I not known you were coming,
Yeah. Yeah.
this could have ended very bad for you.
A-
Not just for me, but she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking."
Again, a common sense situation
Common
that's not
sense.
so common
Yes.
to a young adult. Yeah.
Just walking in, and the young, it was two of them that came. The young lady who drove came right in. The other one just kind of stood back, like, "Wait
Right.
a minute, this isn't right."
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
it's just yes, pay attention, observe what's going on.
Yes. Yes. One more for you, man. How do you balance honesty with respect? That's a difficult one for me. How do you balance honesty with respect? Sometimes the truth, no matter how you put it, don't sound so nice.
You have to speak truth without tearing down a person.
Mm,
You want to correct the behavior without necessarily beating up the person.
right.
Um, come from a point of understanding, ask the right questions,
Hmm.
things like that. I've always been a big proponent of God gave you 2 ears and one mouth.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes. Listen.
listen twice as
Listen more than you
hard.
talk.
Yes, listen twice as much as you talk.
Yes.
A lot of times they just want to hear it. They
Yeah.
don't need you to give advice.
Right.
Give advice when asked, but listen twice.
Yes. Yes. I think that makes sense. It doesn't make any sense to be able to to weaponize the truth to hurt. That doesn't do anyone any good.
No.
You can tell the truth because I always let them know I'm gonna let you know what the truth is, even if it hurts you, because no one else is gonna approach you like this. And I want you to know that I'm telling you the truth. I'm not gonna lie to you to make you feel good. I'm your dad. I'm gonna tell you the truth, even if it hurts.
Yeah.
So be completely
100%.
be completely honest with them. You know what I'm saying? So
Before we go into the next
yeah,
segment, I think this is a good spot to remind the people to like, comment, and subscribe.
make sure that you hit us up on all platforms. Make sure you, if you support what we got going on in our movement, make sure you hit us up with Zelle, Cash App,
Buy me a coffee.
all the
Links will
above.
be in the description.
Yes, yes. Check us out, please. Please do hit that subscribe button. Moving right along, man. We're gonna talk about what emotional support looks like as far as a father to our young adult kids. Man, so what does that look like as far as being the emotional support? Are there certain times that you need that more than others, or is that something that you just need consistently across the board when it comes to them getting out in this real world?
I think it's a consistent need, especially well, you may need it a little more as they get older because
Hmm.
the weight of their decisions is on them.
Yes.
Before it was, let's make a decision
Hmm.
and we can figure it out. But when they're making decisions by their own, they need that support and like, okay, wipe their tears, encourage them when
Hmm.
things go wrong, be their biggest supporter when things go right, cheer them on.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're gonna need that support.
I know, man, that you've probably gotten a phone call from maybe one of your girls at school. Have you had some difficult situations that they've had to deal with, and they call maybe upset, whether it be about a grade, maybe about a friend group, or feeling like they don't belong? Have you had a phone call like that? Ever a conversation like that?
All the above. All
Okay.
the above. My youngest has dealt with a bad roommate. This past
Bad roommate. That's a good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
bad roommate. And I mean, she had the entire house upside down because my
Oh
wife was
goodness.
ready to hit the road. I'm like,
Yeah.
we can't be out here fighting little kids. Like, no, 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 that's
That's not
just
gonna
not a
work.
good
That's
look.
not gonna work.
So, you kind of pack your patience, and let's figure this thing out.
Yes.
Settle, let's run the emotional gambit and then everything settles down and then we can guide. Okay.
Yes.
Um, God works in mysterious ways because the roommate ended up moving out.
Really. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, we
Okay.
didn't have to do anything. God
Turned
was
out
in
for the
control. It
best.
worked out for the best.
Yeah, yeah.
She ended up with a room by herself. She found a friend group that she is bonded with.
Mhm.
So the second semester of her college year was much, much better.
Yeah.
Same thing happened. She called me. I forget who called who, but we were talking. I was like, "How was your weekend?"
Mhm.
She said she went out with some friends. They went to an off-campus party, and
Yeah.
everybody left her.
Dang. Okay.
I was ready to hit the road that
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, and she said we had the conversation about, nobody leaves, everybody leaves together. Da 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 da. Da. It
Mhm.
was 3 or 4 of them, and they all left my daughter.
Mm.
But I'm gonna tell you how God works. My daughter, who said she was not drinking, and I believe her,
Yeah.
saw this young lady outside the party, and she was struggling to get back to campus.
Mm.
My daughter was there so that she can guide that young lady back to campus.
Right,
She said,
right,
now, once I got on campus, I don't know what happened, but at least they were able to walk back to campus together.
right, right.
So, I mean, it's those little things. I mean, I encouraged her, and in the moment, I was very upset. But when
Mhm.
I heard the entire story, I was like, okay, you did a good job. That's what you were supposed to do. So,
Yes.
you always have to lead and be prayerful about, the decisions that your kids are making and the
Okay.
decisions that their friends are making.
Right.
Because I was like, that was pretty dirty,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Especially it'd be different if they didn't know. But you
Mhm.
guys had the conversation beforehand and they still chose, oh, I thought you
Mhm.
was with.
Mhm.
Everybody left my daughter. And
Yeah.
yeah. So
And man, that even requires a follow-up conversation. So, do you deal with these girls ever again? Do you trust them again? Do you go out with them again? I mean, after that conversation, how did she feel about them? Did she give them another chance, or was it like, nah, I'm not even dealing with that anymore?
one of the friends she still deals with, the other
Okay.
ones not really. And I had that conversation like these
Hmm.
aren't your friends.
Yes.
These were just people that you was going to go kick it with that night.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
the
Right.
one friend, she was remorseful, kind of apologized, was
Hmm.
overly apologetic,
Hmm.
and they still rock to this day, as far as I know. But the
That's
other
cool.
ones, no, she was like, I'm done with them.
That's cool.
So
That's cool. Yeah, man. It's really hard to when your kids are far away and at school, and you gotta kind of give them that type of support that they can utilize because you're not right there. You're not right there like you usually always are. So it's difficult for you and for them to kind of get over this situation because usually you can kind of put your arms around her and make it okay. But when they're far off, you gotta give them the support and the courage that they need to do what they need to do on their own. And that could be difficult for both parties.
And it's hard because for umpteen years you have been handling things this way.
Right.
In that situation, I thought it was great that I listened and I didn't lecture.
Yes.
I kind of let her tell me the story. We were on FaceTime. I kind of turned the camera away because I was
Yes.
couldn't hide my face.
Yeah.
Could not fix my face.
Yeah.
But I was just there to listen.
Yes.
And not lecture. So that was a big thing for me.
I'm glad that you said that. Listen, but not lecture. How difficult is it when your child does something dumb or makes some kind of really bad mistake that you don't yell, lecture, or get on them right away instead of having that adult conversation? Like, so you just kind of, your kid is just graduated. They just left. So you're used to it being one way. We keep talking about the kids here. It's kind of difficult for us too. We got to make that transition as well,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Both parties have to evolve.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
the roles are changing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard. It is definitely a difficult situation to deal with. Yeah, I really don't have a home.
Man, I do my best to check myself when I'm talking to my son and my daughter. And my daughter hadn't gotten there yet. She's about to be there, but I find myself to be very protective, regardless of how old they are. And I think I'll always be that way. But I'm doing my best to make sure that I don't just jump on them and hound them, or because I don't want them to kind of lose
The communication.
either communication or courage to step out there and do things sometimes without a prompt from me or from anybody. They're just kind of trying stuff out. So I understand how things can go. And what really helps me is just, because I said, circle back to when I was that age. I made a lot of mistakes, bro. I do mean a lot of mistakes with my parents right there. They were right there in my corner the entire time, and I still made a bunch of mistakes. So the grace is easy to give once I put myself in their shoes and I understand that I've been there. I've been there before. And I made some of the same stupid mistakes. So it's okay. Let's talk about it.
And you can always hit them with the disappointment dad look.
Yeah,
You don't have to lecture them. Just kind of look at them, shake their head.
Mad,
and
I'm
like,
just disappointed.
especially the girls. That
Yeah,
hits home. Yeah, that
it
hits home.
does, it
But you
does.
have to have that relationship before.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yes.
can't just show up and be like, "Yeah, I'm disappointed." They're like, "Who are you? Who cares?"
Yeah, I don't even care nothing
Yeah.
about that. That doesn't even really matter. But yeah, to be able to let your kids make mistakes, not jump on them, and learn from those mistakes are vital in this whole production and growing up and learning what to do and what not to do.
I try to always think I don't want to. Um, I want to maintain the connection without disrespecting the independence. You don't want to cut them off. So you definitely want to be at a situation where you can have the communication is still open
Mm-hmm.
without cutting their heads off.
Yes. Yes.
So you have to lead with grace and say, okay, I can't say that. The knee jerk reaction is to jump off, jump off the deep
Jump
end.
off the deep end on them. Yeah.
Everything that you do is like, okay, I can't say that because it's going to damage their psyche or it's going to damage our relationship or
Right.
they're going to cut off communication. So
Mhm.
as long as communication is full circle and that's the basis, I think you're okay.
Yeah, I think so
I think
too.
you're in a safe space.
I think so too. That's all important, man, to kind of just fortify what you've been saying for years at this point. But like I said, that role is evolving, and to allow it to evolve be the best thing for you and your child.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Man, this was a great conversation, bro. This was a great part two. Great part two. We kind of talking about picking this stuff apart, understanding what it looks like. I think is vital to the head start of our adult children, that we learn these things and we take time to know what helps this relationship and communication grow.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Well, before we wrap this thing up, I got a question for you.
Yes.
How do fathers especially stay emotionally connected?
By being involved in the plan. Um, like I said, when you're sitting there and you get to kind of divvy up what that plan is, and you show the same enthusiasm, and you're with them, and when they got something going on, like they say they go on an interview or they got something big going on that particular day, and you're telling them, you say, "Hey, I'm praying for you. I've been thinking about you all night. Good luck. Do your best, regardless of what happened. I'm proud of you."
Affirmation.
Doubling down on those things really gives them the courage to not only try, but it to be okay if they fail as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree.
Yep.
The other thing that I struggled with in that was I tried to be Mr. Fix It.
Yeah.
Fathers like, what's wrong? Let me hurry up and fix these things and da 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 da.
Mhm.
You can't fix everything.
No.
You
No such
cannot
thing.
rescue them from everything. they have to do some things on their own.
You do. Take that S off your chest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, got to do that.
Love and patience.
Yeah. It'll guide you wherever you need to go. Like I said, man, this has been a great conversation. I appreciate this part 2. I'm looking forward to part 3. We're going to be talking about a little bit of mental health and what that looks like and what to look for to make sure to keep our adult kids safe. There's a lot of things out here to kind of protect them from and teach them about. So I can't wait for episode 3, man. This is going to be a great series.
Yeah, absolutely. It already has been.
Yes.
We're going to speak it to existence.
Absolutely.
All right. So, call to action. I think we're going to ask our viewers to like, comment, and subscribe again.
And please do.
All platforms.
Give us a call. Get that merch. We got FirmFatherhood merch. We got personalized, customized merch. Hit us up. FirmFatherhood@gmail.com. Phone number
888-395-4474.
And it's a pleasure being with y'all. We love y'all. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. This is Sebron Worthy.
Wait. We got to shout out our lovely vendors here.
Oh, man.
Before we go.
Hey, we will be remiss if we didn't make sure that we talked about Storm's Communications and Soul His Communications. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We appreciate the upgrade.
Absolutely. Reach out to them on their websites. Get in contact with them. They're doing major things on the east side of Indy. So,
Yep.
Appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you rocking with us, man. Right on.
All right. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap, brother.
Earl Wallace, FirmFatherhood.
This is Sebron Worthy with FirmFatherhood. We appreciate y'all, and we out.
Till next time. Peace.